Good morning, my dear students. Welcome again to chapter number 7, that is Structural Organization in Animals. From today's lecture, we are going to start with morphology and anatomy of the animals. So, what do you mean by morphology? Morphology, it is the study of external features of an organism, and anatomy means it is the study of morphology of internal organs of animals. So, in today's lecture, we'll start with morphology and anatomy of earthworm. Earthworm, as you know, earthworm, it belongs to invertebrate phylums. In invertebrate, which is the phylum? That is phylum Annelida. Then it belongs to class Oligochaeta, and its scientific name is Pheretima posthuma. Pheretima is the genus and posthuma it is the species. Okay, so first we'll study the morphology. Earthworm, you must have been observed. Earthworm is commonly called as farmer's friend, शेतकऱ्याचा मित्र. Clear? So earthworm, it is a reddish brown terrestrial invertebrate. If you see the color, reddish brown color, it inhabits, means it lives in the upper layer of the moist soil. Always it is present in the moist soil, that too on the upper layer. During daytime, they live in burrows made by boring and swallowing the soil. During the daytime, they will be deep inside the soil, and during the night time, they will be on the upper layer of the soil. So, common Indian earthworms are Pheretima and Lubricus. These are the two commonly found earthworms in the India. Earthworm, it has long segmented cylindrical body as the phylum Annelida. Annelida means what? The body is segmented. So, in the earthworm you can see long segmented cylindrical body is there, and if you see the number of segments, it varies from 100 to 120 segment. In the picture you can see both dorsal and ventral views are given. In the first picture, that is dorsal surface has a dark median mid-dorsal line. In the first picture you can see in the center of the earthworm on the dorsal side, a dark median line has been visible. That is nothing but it is the dorsal blood vessel along the longitudinal axis of the body. Clear? The first segment, in the middle picture you can see, the first segment, it is called as peristomium. Peristomium, that is first segment, and it bears the mouth. So it is called as peristomium. Mouth is present, and that mouth, it bears a lobe-like structure. Mouth is covered by a lobe-like structure. That lobe-like structure is called as prostomium. Clear? Don't get confused here. First segment is called as peristomium, which bears the mouth, and whatever the mouth is there, it is covered by a lobe-like structure. That lobe-like structure is called as prostomium. Clear? So what is this prostomium? It is a sensory in function and is used to force open cracks in the soil into which the earthworm crawls. So to go deep inside the soil, to crack open the soil, that prostomium is used in the earthworm. In a mature earthworm, segment number 14, 15 and 16 are covered by a dark band of glandular tissue called as clitellum. So, segment number 14 to 16 appears dark in color because they have the band of glandular tissue, and that band is called as clitellum. In the both the pictures you can see the 14, 15, 16 segment. It is a dark in appearance and it is called as clitellum. So the body of the earthworm, it has three parts depending on that presence of clitellum. Pre-clitellar means the segment or the body of the earthworm before the clitellum, pre-clitellar. Then second, that is the clitellar, and third one post-clitellar means after the clitellum. Before the clitellum one part, clitellum is the second part, and after the clitellum that is the third part. In this picture you can see the clitellum here. That dark color band is visible. You can see the arrow mark is done. So that is nothing but the clitellum. And before that clitellum it is preclitellar, and after the clitellum that is the postclitellar. So 3 parts of the body. Next, 4 pairs of spermatical apertures. In the picture you can see the spermatical apertures. Here it is not written, but upper one whatever you are seeing, that green color dot like structures, those are nothing but those are spermatical apertures, are found on the ventrolateral, means what, on the ventral side and on the lateral side. Laterally they are present on the ventral side. So ventrolateral sides of intersegmental grooves. Intersegmental means the segment which is separating the a septum which is separating the 2 segments, that is called as intersegmental groove. On that septum 4 pairs of spermatical apertures are present. In which segment? That is from 5th to 9th. 5, 6, in between 5th to 9th segment you will find 4 pairs of spermatical apertures. So all these are present on the ventral side. Then a single female genital pore is present in the midventral line of 14th segment. If you see in the picture, the name is given female genital aperture. On the 14th segment, in the center it is present. That is nothing but female genital pore. You have to remember, on the 14th segment, female genital pore is present. Clear? Then, see on the 18th segment, a pair of male genital pores is present on the ventrolateral sides of the 18th segment. On the 18th segment, male genital pore is present, and that is present on the lateral side. It is not in the center, but it is present on the lateral side. That is the male genital pore. So female genital pore is present on 14th segment and male genital pore is present on the 18th segment. Then on the above and below segment of the male genital aperture, that is on the 17th and 19th segment, 2 pairs of genital papillae are present. You can see above the male genital aperture and in the below male genital aperture, 2 pairs of genital papillae are present. Many minute nephridiopores opens on the body surface. On the body surface you will find many nephridiophores are there. That is, function of nephridiophores is for excretion. Okay. Then all segments except the first, last and clitellum, except these 3 segments, it bears S-shaped setae. On the diagram you can see the last diagram. On the body you can see small thread-like structures on the side, lateral side. So those are called as setae, and if you see the structure it is S-shaped. So these are embedded in the epidermal pits. On the body pits will be there. In that pits these setae are embedded. And what's the function of setae? That is for locomotion. So this is important for 1 mark. Mention the function of setae, that is locomotion. So with the help of those setae they are moving. Now we'll move to the anatomy. What is the internal structure, or what are the internal features of an earthworm? So in the anatomy, first we'll see what about the body wall, what it is composed of, how many layers are there. So body wall, it is composed of outermost thin non-cellular cuticle. In the first diagram you can see the outer layer, it is non-cellular and it is called as cuticle. Then next layer is epidermis, which is made up of single layer of columnar epithelial cells which contain secretory gland cells. So what are columnar cells? What are the gland cells? Already you know. Clear? After that 2 muscle layers are present. First is circular muscle layer and next to that longitudinal muscle layer. In the diagram you can see cuticle, epidermis, circular muscle and longitudinal muscle. And after that the innermost portion is the coelomic epithelium. So this constitutes together the body wall. Now the next point, which is very important, that we are going to study, that is digestive system of an earthworm. So here the diagram you can see in this slide. So this diagram is very important for 5 marks. Draw a neat label diagram of the digestive system of earthworm, or it is also called as alimentary canal. Don't get confused, alimentary canal and digestive system, both are same only. Clear? So this diagram is very important. Labelings are also very important. One labeling carries half marks. So total 10 labelings will be there, and diagram then it will be for 5 marks. So diagram you have to practice many times, so it will be perfect. Okay, now we will study what are the different parts of the digestive system. The straight alimentary canal extends from first to last segment of the body, from mouth to anus, from first segment to the last segment. It continues the digestive system. So complete type of digestive system is present from mouth to anus. First part, a terminal mouth is present. Then buccal cavity, that is mouth cavity, which extends from first to third segment. After that, muscular pharynx. In the diagram you can see muscular pharynx is there. Then the esophagus, that extends from 5th to 7th segment. Then a muscular gizzard, a round structure is there, that is called as gizzard, which is muscular, and it extends from 8 to 9 segment. After that you will see the stomach, which is from segment number 9 to 14. Then after 14, from 15th to last, that is the intestine is present. From 15th segment to last segment is the long intestine present, and at the last the anus is present. In the last segment anus is present. So these are the parts of digestive system. So what are the different functions of the different parts? Gizzard, which is present in the which segment? Gizzard is present 8 and 9 segments. So that gizzard, it helps to grind soil particles and decaying leaves. You know what is the food of the earthworm? The dead and decayed material of the plants, leaf, twigs and all. So they are eating that. So grinding that decaying leaves and as well as the soil particles, that is the function of gizzard. Gizzard, it acts like a mixer. It has a blade-like structure. How the mixer will be having blades? Like that it is having the hard structures inside, which are helping in grinding these particles. Clear? Then calciferous glands presents in the stomach. In the stomach, calciferous glands are present, which neutralizes the humic acid present in humus. Humus means the soil. In the humus, the humic acid is present, and the calciferous gland, it neutralizes that humic acid, means pH maintenance, so that it will not harm the internal parts of the body. So pH is maintained by the calciferous gland by neutralizing the humic acid. Then a pair of intestinal caecae projects from the intestine on the 26th segment. You can see a leaf-like structures are coming, the 2 leaf-like structures. So that is on the 26th segment, and those are called as intestinal caecae. The intestinal part between 26 to 35 segment, from 26th to 35th segment, it has an internal median fold. The intestine is having the folds of dorsal wall, and those folds are called as typhlosole. In the diagram at the last, where the portion is cut open, there you can see the folds are there, the last labeling, that is typhlosole, and it increases the area of absorption. Whatever the digested food is there, that should be absorbed, and these folds, what they are doing, they are increasing the absorption area. Clear? The ingested organic rich soil is digested in the digestive tract with the help of digestive enzymes. So whatever the organic rich soil they are taking inside as a food, so that is digested with the help of the digestive enzymes. The digested nutrients are absorbed through intestinal membranes. So what is this intestine is there? These intestinal membranes, they are absorbing the digested food. Then their fecal deposits are known as worm casting, and whatever the indigested food is there, those are removed through the anus, and those fecal deposits are called as worm castings. So this finishes the digestive system of earthworm. So here what is important? The diagram and the labelings for 5 marks question. So practice the diagram. Now we will study the circulatory system, that is blood vascular system. So in the earthworm, circulatory system is closed type. Already we have studied closed type of circulatory system is present. So this system is consist of blood vessels, capillaries and heart. So in the diagram you can see in the middle the red color you can see, the round structure red color, those are the hearts are present, clear, and upper side red color line you can see, those are the dorsal vessels, and below purple color those are the lateral vessels. Vessels are there, and small branches, those are the capillaries. So it consists of blood vessels, capillaries and heart. The contraction of the heart keeps blood circulating in one direction. So contraction, due to that the blood is circulating in one direction. Then in the segment number 4, 5th and 6th, the blood glands are present. Which segment? 4th, 5th and 6th segment bears blood glands, and these blood glands, they produce the blood cells. The blood cells are phagocytic. Phagocytic means they eating the cells. They are eating the other cells which are unwanted or any debris are there. So phagocytic blood cells or any antigen, bacteria, viruses are there, then they will eat that and kill them. So those are called as phagocytic. So who produces these blood cells? Blood glands. Along with the blood cells, they produce also the hemoglobin, which is dissolved in the blood plasma. Clear? So this is about the circulatory system of the earthworm. Then next system, that is respiratory system. So here you will not find any specialized respiratory system. Then how the respiration is occurring? You must be thinking. So here the gas exchange occurs through moist body surface. If you see the earthworm, you must have been observed, the body is always moist in nature. So due to that, that moist skin is helping in the gaseous exchange. So through that moist skin, gases, that is oxygen or carbon dioxide, that is directly getting exchanged or diffused into their bloodstream. So gas exchange occurs through moist body surface into their bloodstream. No specialized respiratory structures are present. So that is about the respiration in the earthworm. So today we will stop here. So what all we have completed today? The morphology and anatomy of earthworm we have started. We have studied the morphology of earthworm. Then in anatomy we have studied body wall. Then digestive system, that is alimentary canal, and circulatory system and the respiratory system. So this we have completed. In our next lecture we will study the excretory system, nervous system, and the important one, that is reproductive system. So thank you and have a good day.